Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling virtual college fair powered by StriveScan. I'm going to go over some housekeeping tips, and my name is Julian. I'll be your facilitator for the evening. The first housekeeping tip is, how do you ask questions? You can use the Q&A chat box at the bottom of your screen throughout any time during this session, and make sure that you address the presenter that you would want to answer your question. So you can ask questions to anybody, even if they're not speaking at that current moment. We encourage you to do so. If you are worried about having your camera or microphone on, we have them off for you. So that way you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the information. And then there are going to be more sessions tomorrow. If you want to sign up, you can go to strivescan.com/Pennsylvania, where you can also see this recording or any other recordings for sessions within about a week. So we are going to allow our first presenter to get up and running with their screen share, and that's going to be University of the Sciences. And while they do that, I just want to, again, encourage you to ask any questions throughout the night that you have. We want you to be able to walk away with enough information to make a solid decision for next year or whenever you decide to make that college decision. So we'll leave it over to the University of Sciences.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys all for joining this evening. My name is Allison. I'm one of the undergraduate admission counselors at University of the Sciences located in Philadelphia. And a little bit about U Sciences is that we are a school that is uniquely focused on the sciences and health sciences. So if you are more of a math or science student, we are definitely a great school for you. And a little bit about the history of U Sciences. We were actually founded all the way back in 1821 as the Philadelphia College of Pharmacy, and we were the very first college of pharmacy in all of North America. So we have a lot of roots in the pharmaceutical industry as well as the Philadelphia region, and we are very excited to be coming up on our bicentennial or 200th year anniversary. So fingers crossed that can be an in-person celebration, and hopefully you guys can join us for that. Here's a full list of all of the undergraduate programs that we have to offer. As you can see, all of them are related to the sciences in some way. I would like to highlight, if you see a program that has an asterisk next to it, that means that that program has a pre-health preparation built into it. So you would have all of those prereq courses you would need to apply to medical school already in your curriculum, which is awesome. We also offer 4 pre-health specialization tracks, which include pre-dental, pre-medicine, pre-optometry, and pre-veterinary. And students can add any of these tracks to any of our programs. So for example, you could even be a psychology major and be pre-dental. And we have 2 really great pre-health advisors that work with our students from day one, all the way up until when they're applying to medical school to help them be really competitive applicants. We also offer several professional programs. We have 3 direct entry programs, which are pharmacy, occupational therapy, and physical therapy. The benefits for these is that you can actually apply for these as a high school senior and have that seat reserved for you for all 6 years. There's no formal reapplication process or any need to take the PACAC or any sort of graduate level examination, which is really great. So you can get a doctorate in 6 years. And we also have a wonderful physician assistant studies program where students can do the undergraduate portion here at U Sciences. We also have our own master's program that we just got approved for, as well as a partner with Salus University. We also have a huge emphasis on undergraduate research here. Our students are able to begin research as early as their 2nd semester freshman year, which is amazing. Students are able to do research in any sort of academic discipline, even outside of their own program. A lot of our undergraduate students are published alongside our professors or present at professional conferences as undergraduate students. So that's a really great thing to put on your resume, whether you want to enter the workforce or if you want to go on to graduate school. I have to give a shout out to our city. We are located in Philadelphia. We are right next door to a couple other universities. So there's always a lot going on here. I always say that you are only bored if you want to be bored. And Philly is also just a great city in terms of internships and shadowing. So it's a really great location for opportunities while you're a student, and then also definitely after you graduate as well. We also have a lot going on campus as well. We do have over 60 clubs and organizations. Some of the more popular ones include student government and honor societies. I was back on campus today and I still saw a flyer up for our Pokemon Go club. So we really do have a club for everyone, and you can also start your own as well. In terms of athletics, we are an NCAA Division II school. We're a part of the Central Atlantic Collegiate Conference, so we can offer athletic grants for our athletes. And if you're not super competitive, we have a lot of great intramural and club sports as well. I always have to give a shout out to our women's basketball team. They consistently make it to the Sweet 16 of their division each year, so we love cheering them on. And then in terms of campus housing, we do guarantee on-campus housing for 2 years, and 84% of our first-year students live on campus. We were super excited. A couple years ago, we actually opened a brand new residence hall called the Living and Learning Commons. It's basically like a hotel. It's super nice. I always say that wish I could go back in time and live there when I was in college. One of the best features is there are actually private bathrooms in every room. So we're really excited that this is available for our first year students. If you're interested in applying, we are free to apply. We don't have any sort of application fee, which is great. And we offer rolling admission, which means we don't have any sort of deadline. And you can apply on the Common App, which you can find on commonapp.org. In terms of what we look for in our applicants is we'll look at your official high school transcript, including the classes you're taking and your GPA. We do look at weighted GPA. We require 1 letter of recommendation, but you can send up to 3. We'll also take a look at your essay that's on the Common App. And then for this admission cycle for fall 2021, we were test optional. We are going to reevaluate if we will remain test optional for fall 2022. So you can definitely be out on the lookout for updates about that. And then a little bit about the timeline. So August 1st, that's when the Common Application officially opens. We usually begin reviewing applications around October and wrap up around April. It usually takes us around 2 to 4 weeks to get a decision back to students. So the earlier you apply, the earlier you can hear back from us. And we can also notify students of any sort of academic scholarship that they qualify for at the same time. May 1 is the priority deadline for schools across the country. And then if you do choose to attend U Sciences, we'll ask you to submit your final high school transcript in June or July. And then a couple of fun stats about University of the Sciences. We are ranked #1 in the state of Pennsylvania and #2 out of 600 selective private schools for upward economic mobility, according to the New York Times. So students that are attending U Sciences are doing better financially than the generation before them, which is great. And we are also ranked #1 in the tri-state area of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware, and top 10 in the country for return on investment. So the money that our students are investing in their education is really coming back to them in the long run, which is wonderful. And then I do encourage you to connect with us. I am here this evening as well as my colleague Morgan. So if you guys have any questions, you're welcome to ask us in the chat.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Our next presenter is going to be from Indiana University of Pennsylvania Academy of Culinary Arts. So we're going to allow them to get their screen share up and running. And just want to continue to encourage you, because it is the last session for the evening, to go ahead and throw any questions you have into that chat box. We'd love to hear and answer your questions today. And I'll leave the floor over to IUP, Academy of Culinary Arts.
Thank you. And thank you everybody for joining us tonight again. My name is Kayla. I am one of the counselors here at the IUP Academy of Culinary Arts. I'm actually an alum of both the culinary and the baking program at IUP. So I'm more than willing to answer any questions you have. I'll tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever you want to know. Again, just use the chat. And to just get started, we are a regional campus from the IUP Indiana University of Pennsylvania main campus. Our campus is located in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, which is where the groundhog lives, if you've ever seen Groundhog Day. It's Western Pennsylvania, about an hour and a half north of Pittsburgh. And we really specialize in culinary and baking and pastry arts. Those are our 2 top majors here. And you will get to decide which one you want to study. And also as a student, you get to decide how long you want to stay here as a student. So we start off with our certificate program, and then you will use credits from the culinary or the baking certificate program to go on for your associate degree or even your bachelor's and master's. And again, that's kind of the path that I chose. And we'll go into more detail about that. But the main schedule for our culinary and baking program is Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. So it's kind of similar to the schedule you have right now in high school. So not a lot of adjustment when it comes to the schedule, but that's also how we get you out in and out in a year. So you're going to spend 12 months on our campus in Punxsutawney. And then your last semester is going to be a paid externship, which we're going to talk about here in just a few minutes. And so once you apply to the culinary arts or the baking and pastry program, as I mentioned, you're going to spend 12 months on our campus. That's the fall, the spring, and the summer semester. And then again, in that next fall, you're going to be out on your externship. You do not need any industry experience. We don't require any of that. Our chef instructors will teach you everything you need to know, from how to hold a knife properly all the way to running a restaurant, which we open up our school as a restaurant to the public in the summertime. And you'll get both front of the house experience as well as back of the house, preparing the food menu items for the restaurant. And after you complete your externship, you'll decide if you want to stay in the industry or if you want to come back for your degree opportunities. So your associate degree is where you're basically taking your liberal art classes. So at the Academy, we believe if you want to be a chef, we are going to submerge you in food 24/7. It's actually the most hands-on kitchen exposure than any other culinary baking program out there. And then, so if you want an associate degree in any field, though, you have to take what we call general educational classes. This is an English class, this is a science class, and a history class. You can take those classes online. So you can be out on externship and then actually take your classes online, work and make money, and then also, again, get your associate degree. If you want the bachelor's degree, you'll have to come back to our main campus, which is located in Indiana, Pennsylvania. And as I mentioned, you will get credits towards that, up to 38 credits towards your bachelor's degree from the culinary or the baking program. And depending on your career choice would depend on which path I would lead you down. So you are someone who wants to own your own restaurant or a bake shop, I recommend hospitality management. If you are someone who really enjoys the science behind cooking or baking and want to work in a hospital or for a school district or something like that, I would recommend food and nutrition or culinary dietetics. Or if you are someone who wants to end up teaching someday, we do have family consumer science education. And you are guaranteed admission into any of those bachelor degree options once you complete the culinary or the baking program. Important part enrolling in any college is what are you going to do outside of school, right, for fun? And Punxsutawney, if you ever been there or if you ever try to go there, you're going to notice we're a small town, but there is a lot of activities for our students to partake in. So just to list a few, there's the Culinary Baking Student Association, and that is our student government, and they plan all the activities that our students do. Educational field trips, bowling parties. Below in the bottom left corner, you have a Super Bowl party they had a couple years ago. A lot of activities this year have been virtual and very successful. So we've had a virtual bingo night, and we're actually having a virtual scavenger hunt going on right now as we speak. So students enjoy doing those as well. We have an ice carving club, which is pretty awesome. Students take blocks of ice and turn them into beautiful showpieces using chainsaws and everything. So it's a little scary for me, but the more skill level you have in any industry, the more money you can make. So if you join that club, you're going to be more marketable out in the industry. We also have the student photography club that you can join if you're someone who has an eye for photography, or maybe you want to be a food stylist someday. So a lot of different things to do inside of town, both sponsored by IUP as well as the community. My absolute favorite part of our program is our externships. So an externship is on-the-job experience hours, and you have to complete 450 hours before you officially graduate from IUP. But our externships are paid, and that's guaranteed. So the last semester, there's no tuition cost. You are getting paid to go to school, and I think that is awesome. And the sites that we send our students are 4- and 5-star diamond properties all across the country, as close to Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, or as far as Hawaii or Alaska. So you are really determining where you go. And if you have a site that you want to add to our approved externship sites, we'll work with you and we'll make sure that they'll give you the advanced training that you need. We're going to make sure they're going to pay you as well. We're kind of picky on where our students go, okay? So I can't guarantee you your first spot where you might want to go, but I can guarantee you that you're not going to do your externship at, the local mom and pop shop or, McDonald's. I love McDonald's, don't get me wrong, nothing wrong about them, but we want you to go to a place that's pictured here. So in the top left, we have the Broadmoor out in Colorado, and Florida as well. So to apply, it's really simple. All we need is your application and your high school transcript. So we do not require SAT scores or essays or letters of recommendation, no application fee. And it really gives us a chance to get to know you. So let me know if you have any questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And our next presenter is going to be from William and Mary. We're going to allow them to get their screen share up and running. Just want to continue to get you to put some questions into that Q&A chat box. And if there's any more sessions throughout the night that you want to sign up for, you can do so at strivescan.com.
Thank you very much. My name is Caroline Ward. I'm an assistant dean with the Office of Undergraduate Admission at William & Mary, and very happy to be talking to you tonight. Now, if you don't know already, William & Mary is located in Williamsburg, Virginia. In terms of that location, we are right next to Colonial Williamsburg, so we have a fantastic neighbor with a lot of history. We were chartered in 1693, so we're the second oldest college in the United States. But even though we're the second oldest college, we have a lot of firsts. Some of our firsts include the first honor code, the first honor society, the first modern languages department, and the list goes on. And actually, the building in front of you right now on this slide is our Wren building. And the Wren building is the oldest academic building still in use in the United States today. So a lot of history there, and actually a little tradition of our students is to get a class at least once in the Wren building before they graduate. And I believe right now the religious studies classes are in there. So again, if it doesn't relate to their major or minor, we have students that are really interested in just taking a class there. Many of our traditions at William & Mary happen in the Wren courtyard, both the inner Wren courtyard and the outer Wren courtyard. And some of those traditions include convocation, which on this page is kind of featured in that image right there. The photo was taken pre-pandemic, pre-COVID, so just so you're all aware. But with convocation, this happens on the first day of classes, and it's when everybody at William & Mary gets to gather to celebrate these new students. And the new students get to hear from alum of the university. They get to hear from the president of the university, basically welcoming them to college, welcoming them to William & Mary. They are ushered through the Wren doors out onto the other side, and on the other side of the Wren building await the rest of the students of William & Mary, the faculty, staff, basically the whole community. And these new students get to walk single file down the line well into the sunken garden to be celebrated and welcomed to their second home, basically. Now, with William & Mary, in terms of academics, you know, we are an academically rigorous institution. We have a little over 6,300 undergraduate students. So we're a small to medium-sized school. And before I really get to the heart of the academic qualities of William & Mary, I also want to share a little bit about campus life. With campus life, we have nearly 500 clubs and organizations. That's quite a lot considering that student body size I just mentioned. Included in those clubs and organizations, 45 club sports teams. We have a ton of intramural games. And then we, of course, have 23 varsity sports at William & Mary. We are a Division I school. In terms of actually living on campus, you are required to live on campus your first 2 years, but you're guaranteed 3 out of the 4 years for campus living. And actually, I've known quite a few people who live on campus all 4 years. They love being near their academic buildings. They like staying within their dorm building group and making a lot of friends. I always get questions about, you know, how do you make friends on campus at William & Mary? You make them in classes, you meet people through your clubs or organizations, you meet them within your dorm building. A lot of freshmen really get to know not only their roommates well, but their whole dorm hall well and their whole building. And they get to do a lot of activities together. And then in terms of those academics I mentioned, like I said, we have a little over 6,300 undergraduate students. We're known as a small liberal arts and science college, while also being a big research university. About 80% of our undergraduates pursue research opportunities with faculty members. So you can certainly get your research published at William & Mary. About a quarter of that, 80% are published. So you could be a published researcher by the time you graduate from William & Mary, which is super exciting. And in terms of study abroad, we were actually rated #1 for participation in study abroad in the United States for public universities. That's quite spectacular for sure. And of course, this past year was affected due to the pandemic, but we have so many study abroad programs to offer that are just so excited to get up and running once it's safe to do so. So definitely check out our website for more information about those study abroad programs. But we do also offer a really unique joint degree program with the University of St. Andrews in Scotland. Within this joint degree program, you would spend 2 years at William & Mary in Williamsburg, Virginia, and 2 years in Scotland at the University of St. Andrews. You would spend your first year at William & Mary, second year at St. Andrews, and then you get to choose your third or fourth years where to spend those between the two institutions. So that's just one example of the many abroad opportunities William & Mary has to offer. And then in terms of The application itself, you can apply to William & Mary either through the common application or the coalition application. We take either one. And with the application deadlines we have for incoming freshmen, we have early decision 1 due November 1st, early decision 2 due January 1st, and regular decision due January 1st. Now, ED1 and ED2 are binding. So this means if you apply early decision to William & Mary and you do get into William & Mary, you do have to come to William & Mary, but that's really exciting, right? Not scary, very exciting. We also have regular decision as well in case you want to apply to a bunch of different schools, find out your decisions and make your choice from there. Now, within the application itself, we do review applications holistically. So we take everything that you submit into account, and we do look at your academic qualities and your personal qualities. We are test optional. We're test optional for the next 2 years. We were test optional for this past year, excuse me, for the very first time. Excuse me. And with this test optional policy, this means that if you take the test and do really well, let's say you take the SAT or ACT and do really well, you can certainly submit that score. If you are unable to take the SAT or ACT, that's okay. It does not negatively impact your application. So we take into account in terms of personal qualities, your extracurricular activities, your letters of recommendation, as well as your essays. And then in terms of merit scholarship through William & Mary, all students that apply to William & Mary are considered for our merit scholarship. So there's no additional application or additional essay that you have to complete to be considered for any merit scholarships. And then again, I just want to reiterate those deadlines for freshmen. And then certainly if you want to consider transferring to William & Mary, we have that spring transfer deadline of November 1st, the fall transfer deadline of March 1st. And then please feel free to reach out anytime to our office at admission@wm.edu. We'd be happy to answer your questions after tonight. But thank you all so much for joining tonight. And I look forward to answering your questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And our next presenter is going to be from College of Mount St. Vincent, and we're going to allow them to get their screen share up and running. And I see that the Q&A chat box is up and going. So I just want to continue to encourage anybody else who has questions, go ahead and throw them into the Q&A. And we are going to leave the floor over to College of Mount St. Vincent.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. My name is Tyler Margolis. I am the Assistant Director for Admission at the College of Mount St. Vincent in Riverdale, New York. So just a quick few fast facts on our college. We were founded in 1847 by the Sisters of Charity. We're a 70-acre campus that overlooks the Hudson River. So as I said, we're in Riverdale, New York, which is about 12 miles away from Midtown Manhattan. That's one of our perks, that while we are, we are only 12 miles away from Midtown Manhattan, we have a much more traditional college campus. It's really beautiful. As I mentioned, it's on the Hudson River. So you have a little bit of a best of both worlds situation. We are a relatively small school, so we're only 1,800 students in total. We were ranked number 3 in upward social mobility, also the 6th most diverse college in the nation. We offer over 50 different academic programs, in addition to 13 different dual degree programs that I'll get into in just a bit. And as I mentioned, we're relatively small, so our average class size is around 20 students. For every 13 students, there's 1 professor. And it's really great because all students get a lot of really up close and personal attention, which can be really beneficial both inside the classroom and outside of the classroom. So academics, obviously we pride ourselves in academics. Having said that, some of our more popular majors are nursing, biology, business, psychology, and sociology. On my next slide, I'll get into some of the other majors that we offer as well. But we also have a honors program, which takes into account the top 10% of the incoming freshman class and the top 5% of incoming nursing majors. Those honors students have access to some great opportunities such as early class registration, opportunity for honors level thesis, in addition to early research opportunities as well. While our students get a great education inside the classroom, they also get great experience outside of the classroom as well in our variety of different training facilities. So we offer a business trading and research center that actually has a live New York Stock Exchange stock ticker. We have a variety of different nursing simulation labs. We have a TV studio and radio station where you can perform different TV productions in addition to radio shows and podcasts, and a variety of other research labs and centers as well. Here's some just additional majors that we offer on our campus. You can see some of those more popular ones. but we also offer a variety of different majors such as accounting, economics, data analytics, law and social justice, history, and much, much more. That's really the beauty of the liberal arts education. There's not really a cap in terms of the type of things. And as I mentioned before, we really do pride ourselves in our education, but at the same time, we are very enthusiastic about our students getting involved outside of the classroom as well. We have 40 different clubs and organizations spanning, dance, sports, student government, journalism, and pretty much everything in between. If there isn't a club or organization that really fits your interest, because we're so small, you're able to really develop your own and create your own student organization as well with the approval of our Student Activities Board. In addition, we also offer a variety of study abroad opportunities as well from the following countries that you can see on this slide. Because we are New York City, we offer a variety of internship and job opportunities. So we've sent different media and communication students on to intern at ABC, ESPN, Atlantic Records. Some of our nursing and biology students have interned for some of New York's largest hospitals, such as Mount Sinai, New York Presbyterian. Some of our business students have interned for the New York Stock Exchange, JP Morgan. So because New York City is in your backyard, there is just a ton of opportunity that our students like to take advantage of. Resident life, we have 5 dorms on campus. About 70% of our students do live on campus, and 30% of our students do commute from 5 different boroughs of New York City. We actually have a new residence hall, the Corso and Aquino Hall, that should be ready by the end of this year, hopefully. And that's going to nurse a lot of our nursing students. Is going to have a brand new simulated nursing lab as well. Outside of the classroom, in addition to student clubs, we have 14 different Division III athletic teams, such as basketball, baseball, soccer, lacrosse, and many more. Here are a few pictures on our our newly renovated fitness center and our newly renovated basketball court as well. And as I mentioned previously, we're right on the Hudson River. Our soccer and lacrosse team will literally practice right on the Hudson River. Now, some fun admission stats. So on average, students that get accepted into the College of Mount St. Vincent average around an 85 GPA. We did move to a test optional method this year for this admission cycle, or this past admission cycle. Whether we're doing that for the upcoming admission cycle is to be decided, but we'll make sure to keep you posted on that. We are on the Common App as well as our own College of Mount St. Vincent app. We look at your admissions essay in addition to your high school transcript as well. Value of attendance. So room or tuition costs $39,500 and room and board costs $12,000, but it's extremely rare that students ever pay that full price because 100% of our students qualify for merit-based scholarship. Now, what a merit-based scholarship is a scholarship that's determined by your GPA. So obviously the higher your GPA, the more money that you can earn in merit-based scholarship. In addition to that, we offer a $5,000 resident scholarship as well for all students that live on campus and a variety of different alumni grants as well. We also offer 4 different premier program scholarships that focus on community service, writing, culture, and science. Just to finish off, we have a variety of different deadlines. So our dates, our applications available August 1st. The FAFSA becomes available August 1st. We have an early action deadline that starts on November 15th. And our priority deadline is March 1st. So with any questions, I will include my information in the chat box, but feel free to write it down right here. And it was a pleasure speaking to everyone tonight. Thanks so much and enjoy your time here.
Great, thank you so much. And our final presenter for the evening is going to be from the University of Tampa. We're going to allow them to get their screen share up and running. And before they do and take the floor, just want to encourage everyone, this is the final presenter. So want to make sure that you're throwing in any questions you have into the Q&A chat box. And also, if there are any sessions you want to sign up for in the future, you can do so by going to strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. And we'll leave the floor over to the University of Tampa.
Awesome. Okay, let me just get shared really quickly. Alrighty, everyone. Thanks for joining. Hope will not keep you long. I know that I am the last person, but my name is Faith Sanders. Primarily work with students from the Pennsylvania area and Kentucky. Also a proud graduate of UT. So definitely will share my personal experiences while I progress through this slide. So if you guys are not familiar, like with our location in the on the West Coast, like right in the Gulf of Florida, a very central location, which was ideal for me at least coming to the Tampa Bay area. But the makeup of Tampa Bay, it is Tampa, Clearwater, and St. Pete. Those are the beach cities, and the beaches are no more than about like 35 minutes away from our campus. And just as a student, it was nice knowing that you have a way to decompress, or just like a local attraction that really requires little effort in your immediate proximity. As a student, you will also take advantage of the sports events. We get discounted tickets, like $15 to like $35 tickets to all of these games. And it is a really nice time to be a Tampa Bay fan. I'm from Cleveland, but just living in Tampa, all of the teams have been doing well, and they have been doing well for like the past couple of years. So it's an exciting time in Tampa right now. Also just the Riverwalk, this runs parallel to our campus. This is our campus. This is Tampa. And if you can just use your imagination, the Riverwalk runs parallel. This several times I did my homework out here. But yeah, it's definitely a campus feel. We're not negatively impacted. We are a medium-sized private school. So our in-state and out-of-state tuition is the same. We have about 9,600 students from everywhere. We're represented in all states in 138 different countries. And the student that fits is typically like metropolitan, open-minded with that term, meaning you will also actively engage with our clubs and organizations. We have 300 plus clubs and organizations. You'll also, due to our landmark, the internships are within walking distance. So there's no other institution within like a 13-mile radius. You're going to be actively engaging with those downtown employers for those internships that can start as early as your freshman year. Independent, our average student travels about 1,000 miles to attend UT. Only about like 20% of our population is from Florida. And then just the classroom experience, highest accreditations in several categories, and a very personal experience. All of our faculty have almost all of our faculty have their PhD in their respective areas. And you'll never be taught by a teacher's assistant at UT. The Coalition, we accept the Common App and our UT app. We also offer fee waivers on request. Just email your counselor or email me. But the Coalition is also more than an application. It's an organization that's invite only. So it's not that we apply to be a part of it. We graduate you guys within 4 years more often than others. Introduce you to diversity and graduate you with less loan debt. We're also a liberal arts school, so you will have to complete our baccalaureate experience, but it's not aimless. It definitely will help you be able to speak or give you confidence to speak on multiple topics with anyone and actually have real knowledge pertaining to that matter. So you won't just graduate knowing about psychology or whatever you came to UT for. Also have the honors program. Won't go into too much depth about the perks, but there are definitely several. So please click on if you see that you will potentially meet those requirements that you just saw. You'll definitely take on your major in a very experiential way at UT. This is our Daily Innovation and Collaboration building, home to our cybersecurity and entrepreneurship program, also home to our two-story Starbucks, one of the largest Starbucks in Tampa. We have labs on campus and off campus at UT for our science-based majors. Our off-campus lab has 4 vessels that go out into the Gulf of Mexico. You can get scuba certified, #1 nursing program in Florida. Business-related majors, financial trading center, you use UT's funds to pretty much learn how to invest. It's like practice. They teach you the trends of the market and when to take action. We have student-run TV station and radio station at the school or at our university, and pretty much an art school on campus that will be open this coming fall. It will be the newest and largest building for our art students. Won't spend too much time talking about internships because I just told you like the ease of access and how UT students primarily occupy the downtown internships. This is literally us right here. This is downtown Tampa. And then it will be equally encouraged with studying abroad. Several phenomenal experiences with study abroad, and some specifically offered for honor students as well. So if you want more information about studying abroad, please reach out afterward. But we have several options 60. First year housing is prioritized. The upperclassmen housing is considered sophomore and higher, and it is more apartment style. However, there are no communal restrooms at UT whatsoever. So all housing options are suite style. You'll have a restroom inside of your dorm always. And I always felt safe. So our average student does travel a bit a ways away, typically 1,000 miles. All of our campus safety officers have either served in the police force or military force and are there all year. Free fitness classes all week at our fitness center, also one of our newer buildings. We're also test optional, just like the previous institutions. All we will really need is your high school transcripts and an essay. The recommendation letter just kind of is a little bit more of it gives you more of an edge. You have someone speaking highly about you. This is our sticker price with a 15 swipe meal plan. 97% of our students do not pay that price. Our average aid package is actually about $18,000 right now. Freshmen can receive merit from $4,000 to $18,000, and it is calculated solely on your GPA. So those standardized exams will not matter, but we also can't recalculate your merit. So at the time of acceptance, whatever your GPA was, that is the one that we will go with. And then these are all of our social media tags. If you are a senior listening right now and you're kind of looking for a roommate, please use the Facebook. It's definitely the most resourceful option. And it's tons of students like dropping their Instagram names and like Snapchats and really getting excited and acclimated to the UT culture via Instagram during this digital time. But that is all I have for you. Thank you so much. Here is all of my contact information as well. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. All righty.
All right, thank you so much. And because we have a good amount of time left, we are going to get started with our round robin questioning. And the first question, we're going to start right back up at the top with the first presenter, University of the Sciences. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So we'll start with University of the Sciences and make our way down the list.
My suggestion for someone going through the college search process would definitely be to try to visit schools. I know that's a little bit hard due to COVID. I will say University of the Sciences, we are open for visits if you'd like to register online. Hopefully during the summer, we will have slots available for people to sign up for prospective students. And I just really think stepping foot on campus, or even if just doing a virtual tour, can really just kind of help you see the school in a different perspective and see if it would be a good fit for you.
Awesome, thank you so much. And IUP?
Yes, I'm gonna have to agree with Allison when it comes to like scheduling a tour. I know we are offering virtual and as well as in-person tours, and also we offer students to connect with our current students to connect with our prospective students. So if you have that opportunity, I think talking one-on-one with a current student at a college will definitely give you the experience of what student life is like and homework and all that fun stuff. So if you have that opportunity, take advantage of that as well.
Great, thank you so much. And William and Mary?
Yes, and my recommendation would be to just definitely reach out to the admission counselor, reach out to the assistant dean, whoever is in charge of your region, really make that point of contact. And also just take a deep breath. I know it's a lot, it's very overwhelming. Make sure to just enjoy the process. I know it's a lot of work, but it can be fun too, just to explore colleges and universities.
Great, thank you so much. And College of Mount St. Vincent?
Yeah, so just a second, what Caroline said, I think it's really important for everyone to utilize their admissions counselors because, we've been asked every single question. I know sometimes students can be a little bit nervous to ask questions, but rest assured, we have answered every question in the book, and it's our job to help you. So utilize us as a resource. Take as much opportunity as you can, like every other counselor said, to visit campus if you're able to. Utilize virtual tours if you're from a far distance. And to second what Caroline was saying, just enjoy the process. I know it can be stressful, but it's also really fun too, where you're going to spend the next 4 to 5 years of your life is something to be really excited about. So best of luck to everyone.
Awesome, thank you. And University of Tampa?
Awesome. Yes, I mean, I third and fourth everything that everyone has said, but also just to take time to really imagine yourself at these institutions for 4 years, and also go in person. Many of us are opening back up in person. UT is open as well, but definitely take time to see if this is somewhere that you will be happy for 4 years of your life.
Great, thank you so much. And our next question is going to be, what is your favorite event or campus tradition, or favorite event or tradition on campus? We're going to start back up at the top.
One of my favorite traditions on campus is actually in the building that I work in. We are a very historic school, so I believe one of our buildings, Griffith Hall, was actually built in 1927. And what a lot of our students do, we have a little statue of Abraham Lincoln, and they will rub his foot for good luck on their tests. And so you can actually see like his foot is a totally different color from all the students rubbing it for good luck. So I don't know if it actually works or not, but according to the students, it does. So that's one of my favorite little fun facts to give.
Awesome, thank you. And IUP?
I would not be doing Punxsutawney justice if I did not say Groundhog's Day is probably one of my favorite traditions with our school. The community is very welcoming of our students, and we host a talent show and an ice carving contest with the Groundhog Day event. It's a small town, but that town is jamming February 2nd, that whole entire week. So that's one of my favorite traditions.
Awesome. And William and Mary?
So I know I mentioned convocation as one of those traditions on campus for our students, but my favorite tradition is called Yule Log. This happens in mid-December time, and it's all dark and chilly outside because it's in the evening, and everybody gets to gather in the inner Wren courtyard, and there are different fires going and different a cappella groups at William & Mary performing holiday songs throughout the night, as well as different student groups that go up on stage and talk about the different holidays being celebrated around the world. And then at the end of the evening, the president has everybody join in a sing-along. And the past couple of years, it's been Frozen's Let It Go, because it is happening during finals week, which is really fun. And then, of course, we top it all off with hot cider and cookies at the end. So that's one of my favorite traditions, but there are a lot at William & Mary.
Great, thank you. College of Mount St. Vincent?
Yeah, so I'd say my favorite tradition at the College of Mount St. Vincent is something called Spring Fest that we do obviously every spring. It's kind of like a big student activities festival where all different clubs really put on different types of performances, specifically the variety of different dance clubs on campus, because we have quite a few. In addition, you know, it's a lot. We usually have one performer come on campus as well. Like in the past, we've had big names such as like Wale come on campus and perform. And it's a big celebration. You know, it is towards the end of the year, so it's a great opportunity for students to get together, celebrate all the hard work that they've done, interact and learn about different student activities and different student organizations.
Great, thank you. And University of Tampa?
Yes, if you guys are familiar, mine would definitely have to be Gasparilla. Tampa was apparently like invaded by pirates many years ago. So it's a day where everyone dresses up like a pirate. There are pretty much parades all day to celebrate Jose Gaspar invading Tampa Bay. So
Awesome. All right, and one more question we have. I won't screen share because we have a couple minutes left, but give an interesting or fun fact about your school. And we'll start right back up at the top. Give an interesting or fun fact about your school.
One fun fact about University of the Sciences is we did actually graduate the very first female pharmacist in the United States, which is pretty cool. And another fun fact, since I really love ice cream, is that on our campus, there actually used to be the old Breyers ice cream factory. So a lot of staff and people, alumni, will actually call our main parking lot the Breyers parking lot.
Nice. IUP.
One fun fact is that we've had a couple alum who have been on Hell's Kitchen, if anyone's ever seen that show. And the one, she made it to the Final Four, and she kind of told Chef Gordon Ramsay off, and you really don't do that. So he hung up her jacket, but it's kind of neat to see all of our alum out there doing awesome things, including being on the celebrity chef shows. So
Awesome. Yeah, if you haven't seen his Twitter or anything, make sure you check it out. I love when people show him what they made and he just gets crazy about it. William and Mary.
Hard to follow that one up. That's a really cool fun fact. But we have a lot of fun facts at William Mary. So a little fun fact for all students that come to William Mary and attend William Mary, they get free annual passes to Colonial Williamsburg to enjoy at any time. There is also a day every year that Busch Gardens, the amusement park in the area, the European amusement park, discounts its tickets to William Mary. But there are a lot more. I need to learn more about this fun fact that's floating around, that the money used to create William Mary and build it was actually was taken from pirates. So I need to look more into that fun fact, but I actually learned it the other day and I'm pretty excited to hear the story.
Wow. College of Mount St. Vincent.
Yeah, so a fun fact about the College of Mount St. Vincent is they actually shoot a lot of different movies and TV shows on our campus, such as like Law and Order SVU. We've actually shot the Oscar-nominated movie Doubt with Meryl Streep on our campus as well. I know this past year we actually filmed the show Power on our campus. So there's a lot of cool things that that are constantly going on. I know that every now and then you could spot a celebrity on campus if they're filming something, which is really cool. As I mentioned before, like we're in like Riverdale, so it's kind of interesting. We're in New York City, yet we have a much more suburban environment, so it makes it for a really cool TV setting, to say the least. But if you eventually enroll or come for a visit, you may see some Hollywood stars on campus.
Awesome. And the University of Tampa.
Nice. Yes. My fun fact is short. We used to be a casino and hotel.
Ooh. Nice. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm just sharing my last screen of the evening. And again, that is to thank you. So just make sure that you fill out the quick 4-question survey that's going to appear once you close this window. You can sign up for more sessions because there's going to be a few more sessions going on for this fair tomorrow, which is found at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania, as well as the recordings for any of the sessions that you've been able to be a part of or watch, or that you are interested in looking into. But I just want to say thank you to everybody here, our presenters and attendees, and good luck on your college search process and the rest of the year. Take care.